All right, let's jump right in. If you've got any foreign assets you haven't declared, listen up, because a huge opportunity just landed on the table. It's called the Foreign Asset Disclosure Scheme, and it's basically a 6-month lifeline to get your ducks in a row.
And honestly, this quote right here, it perfectly sums up the whole vibe of this new scheme. The government is basically saying, hey, made a mistake? No big deal. Here's how you can fix it. So right off the bat, you know this isn't about getting you in trouble. It's about giving you a clear, simple way forward.
Because, let's be real for a second, having undisclosed foreign assets, that can be a massive source of stress, right? Even if it happened by accident. It's a surprisingly common problem, but until now, figuring out what to do about it has been, well, pretty confusing.
So who is this actually for? You might be surprised. We're not talking about huge corporations here. This is really aimed at small taxpayers. Think about it. Maybe you were a student studying abroad with a scholarship, or a young professional on a short-term gig overseas. Or hey, maybe you work in tech and got some foreign stock options. It could even be for NRIs, non-resident Indians, who've moved back and are just trying to figure out all the new tax rules. See? It's so easy to fall into this category.
And that's exactly why the government has decided to step in with this. You might be wondering, okay, but why now? Well, it's a smart move. They want to encourage more financial transparency and bring these assets into the official economy. So instead of leaving people guessing and worrying, they've created this one-time official opportunity to, come clean and settle up without facing the worst-case scenario.
So what is this scheme in a nutshell? It's a one-time only chance, designed for those small taxpayers we just talked about, to declare any foreign assets or income you might have missed before. The two most important words to remember here are one-time and simplified. Okay, so to make this super easy to understand, the whole scheme is broken down into two main categories. Think of it like a fork in the road. Which path you take? Well, that depends entirely on what kind of mistake we're talking about. And this table lays it all out perfectly. Let's break it down. On one side, you've got Category A, which we'll call the major oversight. This is for you if you didn't declare the foreign asset or the income from it, and the value is up to 1 crore rupees. The cost here is a flat 60%, but, and this is key, you get immunity from prosecution. Now, on the other side, we have Category B, the minor error. This is for a totally different situation. This is if you did declare the income and you paid your taxes on it, but you just forgot to list the asset itself on your forms. For this one, the asset limit is way higher, up to 5 crore rupees, and the cost is just a simple flat fee of 1 lakh. And for that, you get immunity from both prosecution and any other penalties. Big difference, right?
All right, so let's dig a little deeper into Category A, the major oversight.
So that 60% number might sound a little scary at first, but let's look at how it actually works. It's not just a random penalty. It's broken down into a 30% tax on the asset's value, plus another 30% that acts as the penalty. You pay that 60% total, and boom, the case is closed. Clean slate. Okay, now let's switch gears and talk about Category B, which is a whole different story. Remember, this is for that minor error scenario. And the solution here? It's honestly incredibly simple. It's a flat fee of 1 lakh rupees. That's it. You pay that fee and you are totally in the clear, no more penalties, and, most importantly, no prosecution. It really shows they understand the difference between a simple paperwork mistake and a major failure to declare.
Now, hold on, because beyond those two main paths, there's a really important special exemption you need to know about. And after we cover that, we have to talk about the deadline, because the clock is definitely ticking on this.
Here it is. It's a super simple check to see if you qualify for a complete exemption. Question 1. Is the asset non-immovable? We're talking about financial assets here, things like stocks, bonds, or money in a foreign bank account, not physical property like a house. Question 2. Is the total value under 5 lakh rupees? If you can say yes to both of those questions, you're golden. No penalty, no prosecution. You get a complete pass. So this all sounds like a pretty amazing deal, right? A clear way to get peace of mind. But there's one massive catch, one detail that changes everything. You only have 6 months. That's it. This isn't some permanent new rule. It is a limited time, one-shot deal to get this sorted. Once these 6 months are up, this opportunity vanishes. For good. So, with all of that laid out on the table, the path forward should be a whole lot clearer now. You have all the information you need to figure out where you stand and what your options are. Really, the next move is up to you. So, let's just quickly run through the key takeaways. Number 1, this is a real government-backed chance to fix past errors.
2, you've got 2 clear paths to choose from, category A or B, depending on your exact situation. 3, there's a full exemption for small, non-immovable assets under 5 lakhs. And 4, and this is the most important one, there is a strict, non-negotiable 6-month deadline for all of this.
And all of this really leaves us with a bigger question to chew on, doesn't it? In the world we live in today, is this kind of financial transparency just a choice, or is it quickly becoming an absolute necessity? Definitely something to think about as this whole thing plays out.